Okay, my lovely babes. We are here today with the fabulous Ryan Weeden. You might have seen him from Masters of Balayage, and I'm very excited, Ryan, that you're here on the Beauty Pro podcast.
Thank you. Hey, lovely babes.
I mean, in case people have no idea what I'm talking about or they're new to the industry, who are you? What is Masters of Balayage? What can you tell us? Why should we know you?
Why should you? Well, if you're into balayage, if you're into growth in yourself, if you want to like hit six figures or beyond, I've made it kind of like my uh, purpose to help people in this industry to grow their business, to find that success, to find that purpose as a hairstylist instead of just feeling like a commodity. And I've done
Mm-hmm.
that through balayage training, and our company is based upon an education first approach. So for over a decade now, we always serve first. We always give education first, and then we have products and we have classes. But that is kind of like as a result of like what we felt that we could contribute further. We just came out with our own color line, which is just insane. We've got one of the best lighteners in the industry, which is also insane. But those are all byproducts of like, okay, we saw a need and we started out with live classes, and it was just like me and whoever I could get to sign up for like $50 or whatever. You know, some people were just free, and I'm like, whatever. I just know I needed to start building something, and that's 10 years. It's been 10 years. So if you're into balayage, lived in color is like our thing. So if you're
Mm-hmm.
looking for that, and thankfully it's evolved incredibly well over the years, and we are kind of trendsetters in a way for new balayage techniques. So that helps us keep it always in the light.
Yeah, for
Learning
sure.
new balayage techniques. You know, this is what's trending now. Follow Masters of Balayage.
His links will be in the show notes. so, so how did you get into the beauty world? Like, were you like, this is something I always wanted to do, or what?
I was born and I was putting on makeup at a very young age. No, I'm just kidding. Um, no, honestly, I was like a pretty duty. You like duty? That sounds
Okay.
terrible.
Oh, that's a
My kids
terrible
would laugh.
word.
My kids would laugh.
Yeah,
He's a duty.
duty.
No, I was such a dude. You know,
Yeah.
I had no fashion sense. I was always in sports. It was soccer, lacrosse, tennis,
Man's
whatever.
man.
Like
Man's man.
totally right. With a very sensitive side, I guess. And I just never thought about doing it. But I had this like itch to be an actor, and I went to college
Mm-hmm.
and became an actor out of college. Like I went for like biology, and I'm
Yeah.
just like, this is not me, dude. And then
Yeah.
I graduated. I changed my major to become an acting major. Learned as
Mm-hmm.
much acting as I could. Went to New York City, tried it out there, failed miserably. Did a couple weird things here and there, but like nothing that was going to give me enough income to continue to pursue it. And I'm like, I'm not going to
Mm-hmm.
be a starving artist forever. Like, screw that. I ended up going back to school just because I was lost, and I ended up
Yeah.
dating this girl whose mom was a hairdresser. And she's like, "Hey, Ryan, have you ever thought about getting into the hair business?" And I'm like, What do you mean?" And she's like, "There's a lot of," and the way she put it, she's like, "There's a lot of really successful straight males in this business, you know, and you can do really well, and the girls are gonna love you." And that's kind of like her pitch.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, really? Okay, let me check this out. And I really had like no other options at the time. So I'm like, I tried the corporate America, I tried the acting, I tried the biology. I'm like, I'm no doctor. No way do I
Mm-hmm.
have those kind of smarts. So I'm like, screw it, why not? And I showed up first day at cosmetology school. I was the only straight male there, and there's like this sea of like gorgeous, you know, women there, and I'm just like, there could be something to this. And I just
Wow.
started getting better at it, and what past that, you know, initial like, ooh, this is cool, like I love hanging out with women, it's just, you know,
Yeah.
hey, whatever. I really liked how it was like it it helped me to satisfy both left brain and right brain, because I kind of
Mm.
have a pretty good balance of both. I'm very creative, but I also like structure. And when I
Yeah.
was like learning, like, oh, I could be creative and make women beautiful and put a smile on their face, and like, hey, that felt good. And also, I'm like, I can take this like strategically, and if I hold certain angles and cut this way and create these different shapes, I was like, this is pretty badass.
Yeah. So what'd you tell your man friends? You're like, yeah,
You know
dude, I'm
what?
doing hair.
Kinda, yeah. And they were like, cool, so you can cut my hair. And then of course I was giving freebies forever. But I gotta tell you, that was a weird time in my life because they like they made a lot of jokes about me, and
Of course.
people would call me like not friends, but I wasn't called, hey, fag, and you're a loser, and like you're doing hair, and like really dirty stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And that struggle is kind of real because it's not highly looked upon as a career choice. People don't really take it seriously. Even when you are successful, they're like, like you just have clients, can I get a
Mm-hmm.
haircut? And you tell them what you might
Mm-hmm.
charge. Oh, no way, man. But it's like they don't see it as like a viable profession. And looking back, that was a tough time. Even though I was becoming more and more successful and more confident in who I was as a person.
Mm-hmm.
But like I could see that they just thought I had this like weird feminine quality that just
Mm-hmm.
wasn't in line with who they wanted to be. It was like that
Mm-hmm.
machismo, like, hey, let's go get drunk and
Yeah.
hit on some girls. I'm like,
Yeah.
whatever. It's like I like to get drunk and stuff like that too, but it wasn't. But it's like I was getting more and more comfortable with who I was, and I feel like they were kind of just
Right.
like following
Like,
the normal path of being a man.
yeah. Yeah. Like growing pains, right? Personal
Yeah,
development. You're growing into a
yeah.
different version of you.
Hmm.
Yeah. All right. So then with all of that being said, like, what do you do now when people are like, you're just a hairdresser? Like, what do you, I know clients in the salon, they come in and they tell that to my team, and I could be from the
Hmm.
other side and I will zoom in. I'm like, excuse me. How do you combat that now today?
Well, it's a very different conversation now.
Yes.
Because I've done so many things along the way. So when somebody says like, "Hey, what do you do?" I'm like, "Well, I have a education and product
Right.
company for professional hairdressers." It's taking a lot of steps more on the entrepreneurial response route
Mm-hmm.
now.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, when I talk about hair, of course, you get those. So you can cut my hair? I'm like, what would you do to
Yeah.
my hair? And the guys with no hair, like, oh, you're lucky, man. You got a full head of hair. Just the typical conversations that we get. You're like, ha, 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 yeah,
Yeah.
you're bald, huh? But yeah, it's a different conversation now, but there's still that side of me that's like not has imposter syndrome, but I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I think we'll always have that at some
Mm-hmm.
degree, even though we do get more and more confident in who we are. But funny enough, I actually am starting to take clients again, and I haven't done that in 6 years or so.
Wow.
So it's been a long time,
Yeah.
and there's a couple reasons for that. Well, I mean, one is like I haven't been in the salon. Like I have a color line, and I can't really practice it on anybody except for like models here and there, and mannequins. And I'm like, I need
Right.
some. And then social media, it's like I need more content, and it's like
Yeah.
I might as well get paid for it too. With
Yeah.
clients. And of course the extra money helps when you're building a brand, building a hair color line, which is expensive as f. So it's like
Yeah.
we're like at we're at the tipping point now, and people are buying it, and salons are taking it over, and that's so exciting. But I mean, it's like you've taken out loans to get to that point, and it's just like teeter tottering
Eh,
right here, and it's just like
yeah.
every little bit counts right now to get us over that next threshold, so that I can sit back in my yacht and sip pina colada. No, I'm never
Live
buying
my
a boat.
best life.
Never buying
No.
a boat.
Total money waster right there.
Totally, no,
Oh.
yeah. No, that wouldn't be me. My wife and I had talked about, like, if we ever come into a whole bunch of money, or when we do, optimistically speaking,
Yeah.
like we just want to be on a farm somewhere and hang out with chickens and goats and animals and live off the land.
Yes.
That
Homestead.
that's goals. It used to be like the Lamborghini and all that stuff, and I'm like,
Yeah.
have you ever seen one of those things? Those things don't make any sense. They're
They
like this
don't.
high off the ground, four hundred
You're
thousand dollars.
it's and like I read
Can't even get
somewhere that they
groceries. Yeah.
yeah, I read somewhere that they purposely don't put like safety stuff in it because they know people are always going to buy it. And so
Yeah.
they're like, well, that's part of the appeal. Let's just make a death trap.
Yeah. Half of them are
But
going to wrap around a tree at some point anyway, right?
yeah, like let's just do it. It's going to be great.
Yeah. Right.
All right. So what is a favorite insult that you've ever gotten that is like your driver now?
Favorite? Well, I would say it's that just a hairdresser. That I mean, that like
Yeah.
you're just a hairdresser. And somebody that I used to love a lot told
Mm-hmm.
me that. She said, you're just a hairdresser. You're never going to be successful that way. And
Oh.
that relationship is now over.
Mm-hmm.
But man, that cut so bad. And the thing is, it was a part of my life when I believed her
Mm-hmm.
because I didn't see the results. I didn't have the proof. There wasn't like all of this. I mean, I think with social media now we can see that there are people doing really well in this industry, and they don't have to all be celebrity hairdressers.
Right.
So we have more believability now. But still, there's plenty of people that still think like I'm never going to make more than $60,000 as a hairdresser.
Mm.
And that's how I was feeling. I was working my butt off. I was training. I was educating myself. I was doing everything I could, but the clients weren't coming, and I didn't see the future in it. And I actually ended up quitting. And I
did?
quit doing hair in 2007. Yeah.
And then what did you do?
I went to corporate America to get a man job.
No, boring man job.
I'm just like, I gotta man up. I gotta man up. I gotta do something I hate. Just get a salary. So I got my first salaried position, and it was only like $50K a year. It was miserable. I was in the cubicle in downtown Dallas.
Yuck.
And it was just like, there's 400 people on this floor and cubicles, and you don't even know the person next to you. It was like the loneliest experience. Everything smelled like Windex. It's like
super clean.
It was somebody's birthday every single day. It was like, have you seen the movie Office Space?
Yes.
It was that to a T.
Ugh. That's terrible.
It was terrible,
okay.
and I was miserable.
Yeah. Okay. So then, fast forward. So then, how did you come back? Like, you're like, screw this garbage. I'm out of here. So like,
it was terrible. I was so bad at it, I ended up getting fired from it. That was so bad.
It's not funny.
Yeah, no, it was fun. It was funny, not funny. Like I was like, okay, now I started to take unemployment, and I'm like, well, I guess I'll become a real estate agent. I was living in California now because I moved in with my brother because I couldn't afford my own rent anymore. So I moved in to my brother. I'm sleeping on a floor, just like blow up mattress on a floor. I'm 30 freaking 3. Jesus, it's pathetic. I'm on this floor, and I'm like, I guess I'll get a real estate agent because like I'm in California. If I sell a couple houses a year, I'm golden, baby, right?
Yeah.
And 3 months later, I got my real estate license and started trying my hand at that, and that was miserable. Oh my gosh, most real estate agents are broke. But it's like, how am I supposed to talk about imposter syndrome? How am I supposed to sell a house when I can't even afford my own place to rent? And I'm like, you're supposed to believe that I'm good with like your hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars. Be like, yeah, this is a good investment for you. I'm like, and then plus it's like most people that are doing it, they either kind of grew up in that industry or they've been in a certain neighborhood for so long and they're super friendly. Like it's like they know everybody. And I'm not one of those. I'm talking a lot now, but I'm like, I'm very, what do you call it when you're like inside person?
Introvert?
I'm an introvert.
Are you an introverted extrovert?
Introvert. Isn't that the new thing? Like introvert?
Yeah.
Like both? Because obviously ages and I'm like, yes. But But then like most of the time, if I'm around groups of more than 2 people, I'm like, I just kind of like go into my shell.
No.
And when they start talking about sports or anything, I'm like, no, I can't do that. Did you see the game? Like, what game? Yeah. So I ended up, I was doing real estate. And then I hated it. And I'm like, I got to find a way out of this too. Cause I'm like, I sold a couple of houses, but it wasn't enough to once you split like with the team that you're working with, like you don't really have much left. Then I ended up actually meeting somebody in this and working with him inside this real estate company, who was an entrepreneur, or had been in the past. And he's like, Ryan, I I can see like you have a passion, and you have this drive and you have this energy. And it's like, I just don't think that real estate is for you. He's like, well, he introduced me to online marketing. He introduced me to how he's like, if you follow your passion, the money will come. And I'm like, well, I did, and it did. And he's like, well, you were looking at it the wrong way. Were you doing what everybody else was doing? And I said, yeah. He's like, that's the problem. It's like, you got to do things differently with that passion. Then he became a mentor. And he opened my eyes to all these things. It's like everything from like running ads on Facebook to guerrilla marketing strategy, like getting up off your ass and like, instead of waiting for some client to walk in the door, you go out there and you make your own success. And I'm like, hell yeah. So one night I'm just like, you know what? I loved doing hair. I was very passionate about it. I had a good time doing it. I just couldn't find the way to make money. But I'm going to try it again with a new outlook, a new strategy, actually have a strategy instead of just doing what everybody else was doing. So that's when I started to develop this strategy for becoming a luxury blonde specialist. Because blondes was my thing. I'm not like a color correctionist. I'm pretty simple when it comes to hair. I like simplicity, and I'm like, I love blondes. I love doing blondes. I love doing bronze, things that is just lighten and tone, and maybe the occasional touch up here and there, root shadow, whatever. Keep it simple. And then I started to focus on that, and all my marketing became streamlined, and I was handing out business cards every day. I worked on my Yelp page that didn't exist, and contacted everybody and their mother who I had touched their hair or said something nice about their hair, or somebody to say, hey, would you mind giving me a positive recommendation here? I'm trying to build up a business. I went from $0 to over 100K in like less than like 15 months.
Wow.
It was just like, in a way it was overnight, but it took a decade and a half in the making, And I had picked up a job at Starbucks to help me like while I was building up my clientele, and that's a really hard job. If you ever worked at a coffee
Is it? I have considered it sometimes. I'm like, man, that'd be fun.
Just get one of those like lazy coffee shops where they just smoke pot and just like yell at you and look at you weird if you ask for too much. That's where you need to work. Starbucks is like, it's corporate. It's a corporate job. Like you are like, okay, in 5 minutes, you're going to go over here and do this. And then 10 minutes later, you're going to go here. Your lunch break is for 17 minutes. It's like everything is so rigid. It's exhausting. And talk about feeling like you're at least when I was doing it, I felt like a nobody, because it's like next and next and next and next and next. Some people are just, I'd like my milk steamed to 118.5 degrees, please. Sorry, they didn't say please. They just said that.
They didn't say please. They said it with an attitude, demanding.
And then this place, I was in this like Starbucks in this kind of like uppity area, and some of the manager would be like, oh, and this person, they don't like the just give them this. Just like when they come in, like they don't like to ask for their order. They just give them the espresso on ice, and charge them for it. They don't want to have to ask. Like, yeah.
Come on. Yeah. But that definitely helps with learning how to accommodate your high paying luxury clients, right? Like we got to meet them where they're at. So, all right, that was good training.
Exactly. I didn't really keep many of those types of clients, because it's just like,
there you go.
Boundary. I'm like, I have my own scruples, where I'm like, I'm not going to be pushed around. So if I had clients like that, they wouldn't last very long in my chair. Not that I would kick them out.
They fizzle
anything
away.
You want, darling. No, it wasn't like that.
Okay.
Would you like a little foot rub while we're here? Yeah.
So then what do you feel? Okay, you mentioned a lot. So, right, you did whatever it took to like bounce back. Like, you were handing out cards, you were doing the things, contacting people. Now that we're in the new phase, this new era of the beauty industry with the suite owners, and then you still have commission salons and all this stuff. How do people start from scratch these days?
Well, it's cool because I'm actually starting from scratch these days.
See?
With that. Yeah, because I haven't had a client in 6 years. I haven't like a recurring client in 6 years. I'm actually starting, and I have this like cool spot right now. Our company does, um, where it's like half warehouse where I do like a lot of our
Mm,
online education shooting, store
cool.
some products and things. Our big warehouse is in Florida, but then like
Woo woo, hey, I'm in
like,
Florida.
yeah, oh, you're in Florida, nice,
Yeah, I
yeah,
love Florida.
nice.
Go ahead, sorry.
That's okay. And then the other half of this is office space, but I have a little 3 rooms. One is a lounge. One is we're turning it into a salon suite, and then I have this room here, which I can do like interviews, podcast stuff. So
Cool,
it's a
cool,
total
cool.
like content creator's dream that we have now.
Yeah.
But we turned that into a little salon suite. So I am right now. I'm kind of living it and going to be living proof of like how you can build a clientele fast because
Mm-hmm.
I'm determined and I have been in the past. And first thing I'm doing is I'm actually running ads, which I've never seen a hairstylist do for their personal self before. So I'm
Oh,
running ads and I have a client form, like Ryan's
yeah.
now booking, and I have a sales page for that, like a little one. Why they
Yeah.
should book with me. I'm being transparent with the pricing,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm being selective with my ads, making sure it's not all of San Diego, that it's just like close to me because I'm in North
Mm-hmm.
County.
Mm-hmm.
So far, it's working. I'm getting like I've been getting at least 1 or 2 leads a week. Yeah, I just started running it about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Already had several leads from that people are just like they've gone through the motions. They're looking for a blonding balayage specialist, lived-in specialist
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
on the books.
Yeah.
So, and I'm spending what, like $5 a day or $10 a day on ads, something like that.
See?
So
That's
pretty cool.
it's cool. And it's cool that you've started over several times in your life. So like no excuses for anybody watching
Right.
or listening to this.
Yeah, that's a good
Like,
point. Yeah.
yeah,
And
like
it's
you're
like I don't
doing
know how
it.
I'm gonna do it either this time because I know that things have changed. But I know that, but it's
Right.
like, when you either when you fail something or you start over again, it's like you're starting over with experience. And I'm not
Mm,
starting from scratch, I'm starting from experience
yeah.
with not just doing hair but like marketing. Like I have lots
Mhm.
of experience in marketing, whether it's like in-person marketing or whether it's online marketing. And I'm like, I'm going to use everything that I've learned to see how fast I can build this new business. And I'm not
Mhm.
looking for like hundreds of clients. I'm just looking for, you know, several a week, five a week, really, not a lot because I have
Right.
other stuff to do.
Right, right, right. 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 All right. So what do you feel has been your biggest failure personally or professionally?
The F word.
Yeah, the big F.
Biggest failure, probably my first marriage.
That sucks.
I
Yeah.
know.
Okay, so what'd you learn? What'd you
What
learn
I
from it?
learned, I learned don't get married in Vegas. That was one.
Okay. Oh, good one.
Jumping through a little bit. Don't marry somebody just because they're hot.
Oh,
So that
listen, these are
so it
valid
was
points.
I know. But it did serve a purpose. And um again, then my second marriage I'm on now, it's like you start from experience again. It's like that I found somebody that didn't have certain qualities that
Mhm.
you know uh I ran into problems with last time,
Mhm.
like obsessed with social media, obsessed with how they come across on social media, not the person standing
Yeah.
in front of you, just
Right,
like
right.
not present. And that's very different now. So
Yeah.
that was a pretty big failure. Yeah, that was a pretty big, but it's like, I mean, you could also say failures were running up credit card bills too high, and I had to declare bankruptcy before I got back into hair, because I invested everything I had into the real estate thing. And
Yeah.
with that mentor that I was talking about, that I worked with, who changed my outlook on a lot of things and helped me see a bigger picture, which was all great. But we decided also to create a digital product together for real estate agents, and,
Right.
and it just failed miserably. Um, but I learned a lot through that as well. Um,
Mhm.
and I learned a lot through the bankruptcy as well, because I'm like, I don't want to do that again. I
Mhm.
want want to fail on the product again. But it's like I learned a lot through that and was able to apply that into what I did when I started my own online training again in 2017.
Yeah. So what does somebody in any kind of business now at this point, what is it that they need? What's the trait? What's the strength that they need to succeed?
Resilience.
Or at least to get their version of success.
I would say don't be afraid to be yourself. I'd say authenticity and resilience.
Mm-hmm.
Life gets hard. It's going to get harder. It gets the hardest right before you break through.
Oh, thank you for sharing that. I believe in that.
It's like it goes like this, and then once you feel like you can't go another day, that's when things start to turn around. And it's not always like this, but I mean, even like gradual progression. And then what happens is like that exponential success, because that momentum increases as things are going better and better. And that's when you're just like, I can't believe I ever thought this wasn't going to work out. You're just like, one day you're just like, you're ready to just sell everything and disappear off the map.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So what's the goal for you for Masters of like, is your goal like everybody on the planet is going to be blonde? Like platinum?
My goal, it's funny you say that, because my goal doesn't even have anything to do with the industry. My goal is, yeah. My goal is so far beyond the industry. Just like doing hair is like a stepping stone for what I really want to achieve in life.
Mm-hmm.
And what I really want to achieve in life, I don't really know yet. But I know I want to have some kind of a positive impact. And I also want to have lots and lots of freedom to be able to spend it with the people that I love the most. And I want to enjoy every day. I want to enjoy what I do without the stress or the burdens of bills, or because like I had a point. There was a point when I was there, and I didn't have to worry about bills. And then that serial, I wouldn't know if you would call it a serial entrepreneur, but because I don't have like several businesses, it's all within the same business.
Right.
But it's like, what's next? What's next? What's next? And there's always gonna be that what's next for me. But I think it's just, I don't know. I just see animals. I love animals. I have these birds at home. We don't own birds, but it's like, we make sure that they always have bird seed, and they always have, we're going to get chicken. And it's just like, I love helping people that can't really help themselves, or that need that extra help. They don't know that the love is necessarily coming. You don't necessarily have to give that love back, but you just know that you're doing something positive for not for the world, but for us. And then in the hair industry, I want to change as many lives as I can with our education. And through that will give me the ability to do what I want to do. If I can help change lives by imparting as much wisdom and training as I can, like that was given to me, then that's very fulfilling of course, for people whose lives get changed, but also for myself. And then I can take that money, and money really is a tool. I don't know, buy more land, take more trips, travel to different countries, and find out what my real true purpose is. I think it's an ongoing exploration.
For sure. The amount of compassion and like grounding that you completely surprised, like you have completely surprised me. Like I was not expecting this amount of coolness from you.
That's so cool. Yeah, nobody really calls me cool.
Well, you're cool.
Like he's quirky. He's a quirky dude. Yeah.
No, like especially for our industry. Like everybody's got their mindset, right? Everybody's got their business, their thing that they're doing. And that can be sometimes all consuming, which is totally understandable. But you're like chill, and this is great, and I really appreciate you.
Thank you. I'm not always chill, but it's like I love. I mean, we have our moments, right? Good.
Right.
When things are great. When things are bad.
I got you on a good day.
Yeah, you got me on a good day. Coffee is kicking today.
Yeah.
What else they put in that?
So what's a lesson that you have learned working in the beauty industry specifically that you wish those real estate agents would have gotten, the marketing people would have gotten, like the one thing?
A lesson. Never stop learning, never stop growing. One thing I always have my students in my courses
Yeah.
do, it's an action item I always have them do in all of our like certification programs, um, is to write down and say, I'm a student for life. So I think once we start to grasp that, it's not just like, hey, I'm a student right now. It's like, I'm always a student. I'm a student. Like, I'm always trying to learn something. I'm always trying to better myself at some degree.
Mhm.
Once we stop learning, once we stop being open to that, we stop evolving and we get stuck and we get stagnant and we get lost and bored and hateful and angry and, you know, and we can get
Yeah.
frustrated along the way. But as long as we're continually growing and building new skills, we're going to keep shaping our mind in a positive way.
Yeah. Do you feel that the learning should be more than just in our industry?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I think
Yeah.
people could benefit greatly, hairstylists especially, from learning growth marketing strategies, content creation strategies outside of our industry. Once we're stuck in
Mhm.
this hair bubble, we really can only do what other hairstylists are doing. I would
Mhm.
not have gotten to where I am today doing the cool things that I've been able to do or create if I was just watching other hairdressers and learning from other hairdressers. Um,
Mhm.
unless those hairdressers have taken it upon themselves to learn from other people outside of the industry. And that's where a lot
Mhm.
of great coaches in our industry, that's how they've gotten a lot of respect because they've stepped out of the hairdresser box to learn new things. Oh, I went to this entrepreneurial conference and I learned this. I went to this marketing conference and I learned this, or I did this coaching through this blah 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 and learned this. Or
Mhm.
um, yeah, it keeps us sharp and
Yeah.
it'll open our eyes. I think a lot of hairdressers don't believe that it's possible for them. I mean, I've talked to some and had several coaching groups over the years. And it's like once I start talking about, hey, I just learned the most amazing thing with AI and it can build a website, it can do this stuff. Let me show you. And it's like eyes glazed over, like tuned out,
No.
signing off. I'm like, this is the future. Like
Yeah.
this stuff is so magical. And just because it's outside of your understanding right now, get out of your comfort zone and learn those
Mhm.
strategies. Learn how to turn on a camera and show up and smile and
Mhm.
your authentic self because the future is us, is authenticity.
Yeah.
It's learning how to do big things with less work, and that's AI.
Yeah. Yeah. What is the okay, besides AI, because it is taking over and I have recently like really gotten into it and I love it. Besides that, what is the beauty industry getting wrong?
I don't know. What do you think? What do you think they're getting wrong?
No, for me personally, I truly feel the industry needs to slow down to speed up. So in other
Mhm,
words, we need to communicate better.
mhm.
Communication among teams and in the industry is
Yeah,
horrendous, even
right.
though that's what we do all the time. So that's for me. But what about
Well,
you?
it makes sense. I think it's a focus thing.
Yeah.
Nobody's focused anymore. You know, there's a
Yeah.
very few people that are actually focused on like knowing like what their next step is, and they get stuck on TikTok and Instagram and just trying to find out what's the next cool thing I can post with
Mhm.
no real direction in mind, as opposed to like w- really creating that like that self GPS, that personal guidance system where it's like, okay, let me get clear on where I want to go. What do I want to have? What do I want in my life? Like, how am I going to know when I get there? And sometimes, a lot of times, people will say like, I don't know. Well, then I always tell them like, well, work backwards. What do you not want? Well, I don't want this. I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't want to live here. I don't want uh, drive a crappy car. I don't want to
Mm.
have bills. And then you're like, okay, well, then you don't want those. So let's reverse those. What do you want? Oh, I want to drive this car. That would be cool. Oh, I want this amount of money in my account. That would be awesome. I want to live in this beautiful city. That would be cool. And then you start to develop this like vision of where
Yeah.
you want to go. And then I would say, next thing, do a vision board, put it,
Yeah.
especially with AI now, you can be like, show me
Yes.
driving a fucking Lamborghini,
Yeah, it's great. I'm gonna do it and I'm gonna
Yeah.
post it and I'm gonna
Yeah.
tag you.
Yeah, please do. Please do. Like you can have, I used to like use Photoshop and like put
Yeah.
me holding up a best-selling book at one point. And like, that's not really a
Yeah.
goal of mine anymore, but it's like,
Right.
that was on one of my vision boards, but now you can make it so easy and you could do it so quickly. So I'd say
Perfect.
that. And then it's like, then you got to figure out where you're at. It's all about direction. Because without that, we're just like, well, okay, what is it? It's Thursday. What am I going to post today? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Friday. What am I going to post today? Okay, let's see what else is going on TikTok. As opposed to like,
Mm-hmm.
what am I trying to accomplish today? What am I trying
Yes.
to reach today? Who am I trying to serve today?
Mm.
The messaging is getting
Is
confused
everything.
because there is no message. The
Mm.
ones that are successful have a message. You can look at them and you know what they do. You know what they stand for. You know what you're going to get from following them or learning from them.
Right. Right. Okay, so is this whole process that you just talked about, this reverse engineering basically,
Yeah.
is that how you came up with with the payment scale of how to like, I don't know how to say it. The word is like not coming out right, but like how to charge for balayage?
Oh, like the pricing model,
The
basically.
pricing model.
Yeah.
Yes, those words.
The ultimate pricing model. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a great way to do it because it's like you need to figure out, first of all, what's like the least amount you want to make in an hour, and it's like, if it's like, I don't want to make any less than $60 an hour. Let's just start low. $60 an hour. Okay. Well, then let's say you have a root touch up that comes in and you're like, my root touch ups are $75, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, how long are they there? 2 hours, probably an hour and a half. Because if they 15 minutes to apply, 20 minutes to apply, 45 minutes to process, unless they're leaving with a wet head, you got to blow dry that too. So it's like, that's 2 hours. So right there, you're only making $25 an hour or something, if $30 an hour. Because if they're there for 2 hours, I'm, not doing the math in my head right now.
I know.
You get the idea. It's a lot less than $60.
Yeah.
So if you want to make at base $60, then it's like your base root touch up should be $120. But then it's like you're using product. So that's when you start to add in the other factors for the pricing model. It's like, okay, baseline I want to make is $60 an hour. And that goes for any and all services, including haircuts. Past that, it's like, okay, how much are these different services costing me in product? And you can use cost, whatever it is, like $9 a tube, how many tubes, developer. You can get as specific as you want to, or you can just kind of ballpark it. Just don't undersell yourself. So then it's like, okay, so $15, let's say, if I'm going to do a toner or glaze, so maybe an extra $20. So then a root touch up should maybe be $140.
Yeah.
And then it gets in a little bit fancier. That's just like your base,
the basic
service. But if you're a blonde specialist, you could charge hourly, but you're going to sell yourself short, I think, charging hourly. And there's a couple of reasons for that, because if you want to be in that luxury zone and charge more than, let's say, $100 to $150 an hour for like a 3-hour service, which is like, nothing to shake a stick at, that's great. If you can do that, you can make more, because if you take into account your product cost, your base cost, the length of the service, and then you add something special like a marketing flair on top of it, like, oh, it's our signature blonde lived in, package. Like, oh, we get a package, and it includes everything: your bond builder, your glaze, your gloss, your color. Make sure you put in the amount of like how much does the foils cost roughly? How much does a lightener cost? And then suddenly you're like, it's $450 for that package, when you would only get $300 for a couple hours. So it's jumped around a lot, and I'm sure some people would be like, what?
Yeah.
But it's, but it's about like adding in that perceived, like the base rate, the like the hourly rate, the perceived value. And that's what the perceived value is, like, name that package. You go to a salon or a spa, they have all these different cool names. This is the hot stone foot special,
Yeah.
or,
Yeah. It's true.
luxury
It's
foot
true.
rub, and you're just like, whoa, and you get a glass of this, and you get some flavored water and little warm nuts, whatever it is. You pay more for that.
Yep.
You pay more for the
You do.
experience. You elevate that experience, and then you can charge more for it.
Yeah. What is something that nobody agrees with you about?
The future of AI, I think. Like
Yeah.
as far as like the fact that they need to learn it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can see that.
And whether or not they agree with me or not, they just don't do it. I
Yeah.
tell them, go do this, learn this.
Yeah.
Come
Yeah.
on. Like
Yeah.
I can build web pages in 10 minutes now, which used to take
That's
me it used to
insane.
take me weeks to just get like something
Yeah.
half that decent.
Are you
I've
like, what do you
restructured
do?
my
Go
campaign,
ahead.
and it's already
Oh,
increased. Like I'll say, what's wrong with this Shopify campaign or an email strategy or webinar campaign? Give me an email structure based on like Russell Brunson. How would he do it? Or my webinar, how would I structure that? And it's like, he's like, oh, for instance, I'm running a webinar right now because we've got this new incredible product, the luxury certification Balayage program. And it's like in its infancy, and it's insane. It's our best one yet. And it's on our website, but I'm also running a webinar that talks about how to basically become a 6-figure stylist this year and get into the luxury niche. And,
yeah.
and at the end of it, it talks about like how this is what's going to get you there. But it's like helped me structure everything. I gave it an old webinar that I used to use, and I said, how can I use the content here, but upgrade it to help to offer this course? And it's like, and I said, base it off of Russell Brunson.
I do. I think
He's like the
so.
webinar king. He
Okay.
something called ClickFunnels. It's
Okay. I know
yeah,
who you're talking about. Yeah.
he did something called Expert Secrets and written all these books, and he has something called the perfect webinar. So I said, how would the perfect webinar model apply to this? And he's like, and I use
And it
Claude.
tells you.
Chat sucks. You got to use Claude.
Hey, I like
Yeah.
chat. I do like
Start
chat.
using Claude because
It is on my phone.
It's less BS.
Okay. Okay.
That will make everybody feel like every idea they have is the right idea.
Oh, okay. I do have Claude. I do have Claude.
Yeah.
And I think I got intimidated, and I was like, I'll go back to chat, but I will use Claude now. Thank you very much.
Better for writing things and planning things,
Okay.
and it actually puts things into docs for you. So it's really cool.
Okay.
They both have their place, but I had to restructure this webinar, and it looked at my past webinar, and it said, this is the structures here, like this, but right now you're teaching techniques. According to the perfect webinar, you need to break beliefs, because once people know that this is the viable vehicle that's going to get them there, it's like, then they have no objections. They're like, well, yeah, this is what I need, and this is why. And I'm okay telling you all this because like I know how good our product is and how life-changing it is. If I was selling something that's just complete crap, I wouldn't tell like how I'm going to sell you on it.
Right.
Show you what you're thinking right now, because I've been there, I know it, but also like how this removes those limiting beliefs that we've been told, like take every client. If you're good enough, you should be able to take every client. I can't charge that much in my town. These kinds of beliefs. Once you realize that's all really just a ceiling you gave yourself, or the industry gave you back in cosmetology school, then you start to realize your potential.
Yeah.
And AI did that. Powerful. And it's just like changed everything. And I actually am having fun doing it. And it's awesome.
Well, because you get to, like, a computer is literally telling you what works, but you're learning at the same time. Yeah. It's not so much that it's doing it for you. It's teaching you by showing you, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I'm all for it now. It took me a hot minute to get into it, but
my biggest advice on that for anybody though is like, don't rely on it for everything, because it will make you stupid. It will make you stop thinking. I've even noticed it with my kids, and I'm playing Zelda with them. Like I have Zelda.
They brought out Zelda?
Yeah, I brought it back. I'm like, you guys see this game. You know, on the Nintendo
Yeah.
Switch, and I played it a long time ago, and I never actually finished it. So I'm like, I'm gonna finish it this time. I just started playing it again, and my kids are watching it, and my son calls it Link. Oh, let's go play Link. I'm like, you know, because Link is. But it's just so funny watching them. But I'm to a point right now where I'm not going to spend weeks and weeks on like one board or one dungeon or
Right.
thing, and I'm
Right.
like, I'm gonna YouTube it and see how they get through this or how they beat this leader, right? So my
Yeah.
kids have seen this, and then I can already see it. They're just like, if I get stuck somewhere, because that was one of the cool
Yeah.
things about games like that. It's like you start to feel good by solving these different puzzles and these
Mhm.
riddles. But now there's an answer
Mhm.
out there whenever you want it. So
Yeah.
they're just like, well, just if I'm working on something for a couple days and I can't figure it out, and my kids know that, they're just like, well, just Google it, Daddy. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't want you to think that you can just Google everything, and then you need to learn how to think on your own and
Mhm.
solve puzzles,
Yeah.
because that's how you build that sharpness. And once we lose that, then the computers will control everything.
Ugh. Terminator is coming. Yeah. All right. So, time is going. So, first of all, how can anybody get in contact with you? How can they get their hands on this new color line that is coming or is
Yeah.
out?
Oh, it's out. Yeah.
How do they get it?
Oh, yeah. Well, easy. Mobprofessional.com is where you can go for our color to learn about that, learn about our I'm going to say industry's best lightener. It's called Nova. It's an amazing 9-level lift. And it's just insane. So there's that. And our color is called Soho Luxury Color. That's at Mob Professional. Only 59 shades. Super simple because I need simple color. Every
Like
shade
it.
is amazing. It took us like 3.5 years to create. And so please go buy that because my kids need chocolate milk.
Please do it.
And then also online training is Balayage. You can go to mastersofbalayage.com for everything. So
Yeah.
all the links are there. I probably should have started with that. So
That's okay.
mastersofbalayage.com. Online education, live events, products. Get in touch with me. Hey, if you want to come get your hair done by Ryan Weeden,
Yeah, do it.
There too.
We're gonna have all of that in the show notes too, so check it out. And then what's a question that I did not ask you that you wish I did, and how would you have answered?
Gosh, how do you look so young?
Oh, my bad.
I mean, gosh, you look great today. No. I've been feeling. No, I'm not gonna say. I have been feeling good, but I turned 49 this year.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah, you do.
I know.
Do you
Got my hair and everything.
You have Rob Lowe's skincare, don't you?
Is that what is it? What is
He has
testicle cream or something? Yeah, he's a good looking dude. He keeps it fresh.
That's what it is. Okay. All right. Well, what is it? What is it for real? Was that it?
Well, the question you wish I had asked. All right,
Yeah.
How can I buy your color? No. Can you give me a discount? Yes, I can give you a discount to try our color.
Thanks. Thanks.
No, it's a great question. Every time I've been on a podcast, I always have so much fun, and I'm just kind of like go off in a million different directions. Yeah, of course now I'm drawing a blank. I don't know what you could have asked.
It's the pressure. Yeah. Forget it. It's okay. And then anyways, Ryan, thank you so much for coming on the podcast.
Stay cool, everybody, just like me.
Stay cool. And all of you guys watching and listening, make sure you get the color that Ryan is talking about. His kids need chocolate milk. Okay, we got to keep him looking young all the time, guys. So go do that, and I'll talk to you next time.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Krystine.